Welcome to the Tough Crowd program, the Tough Crowd TV program. Grammy-nominated rapper Mystical was sentenced to 6 years in prison when a videotape surfaced of him forcing his hairstylist to perform oral sex on him and members of his crew. Now, he claims she robbed him of $80,000. If he did that and she didn't rob him, he's a rapist. He deserves what he got. If she did rob him and they forced her to do that, that's the hottest story I've heard in a long time. But listen. All right. We were also going to talk about how the malls now sell stripper-style clothes for kids. It's ridiculous. I tried to give my 5-year-old niece a bath. I said, take off your clothes, get in the tub. How much? You try to teach these kids potty training, they tell you it's extra for water sports? I'm sorry, folks. That's where I draw the damn line. And you do, too, apparently. But a West Virginia lawmaker wants to put sex offender alerts on the state's license plates. I've already seen a few. Priest on board. You see that one, right? Proud parent of a Neverland Ranch graduate. No? Minnesota, land of 1,000 blonde boys. All right. Also, we'll be talking about the Iowa caucus. The Iowa caucus, which is called that because it's in Iowa and because it's for Caucasians. Now Patrice likes his music. The only one that hates it is that square Keith. Uh-oh. I guess this is, wait a minute, before we start, what is this in protest?
I got to work on Martin Luther King's birthday, so this is my protest fist.
Nobody forced you to come.
They did force me to come.
No, it is. It is disrespectful. I want to say to you, from all the white people, happy birthday. I still got it, baby. Why don't you just accept that? Hundreds of people who believe President Bush's policies dishonor Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday protested Bush's visit to King's grave last week. Take a look at some of the action.
Demonstrators at the tomb of the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. in Atlanta protested the president's visit, opposing the war in Iraq and the administration's treatment of the poor.
It is an insult to those of us who believe in the life and the legacy of Dr. King.
First of all, how annoying is it to see the white people in the middle of the protest? I know even you don't like that. But does someone with a political reputation of Bush dishonor King's legacy, Jeff?
First off, they were protesting the war more than they were protesting. What the heck is that beeping crap?
Somebody's got their cell phone on in the middle of the show.
All right.
That's not right.
So that's but there's no color when it comes to Martin Luther King. It's all about it's mankind. It's about mankind.
What are you trying to win? It's definitely, that was awful for somebody who's on an improv show every week. It was racial.
No, so what are you saying? But do you think it disrespects him? I think
mad because it was black people mad.
So basically, what I have to do on this show is be witty immediately, or you're going to f*** with me, right?
That's
not with me sitting next to him, honey.
Okay, because I will nail your ass so bad I'll hit you.
I got him covered.
I'll wrestle your ass, I swear to God.
All right.
John Hannah was a black man.
Can I just
John Hannah, the jersey he's wearing.
I don't think it's wrong for the President of the United States to acknowledge a great man like Dr. King, but if people are so worried about his legacy, they should go out and vote and get rid of this guy, is what they should do. That's honoring Dr. King's legacy.
I could have lived without, except for the applause.
People act like they like. I just want to see one white person be honest and say they didn't like Martin Luther King.
There was one, James O'Ray.
Yeah, James O'Ray.
The damn word. Why don't you step in and straighten this crew out?
I think that Bush needs to address the civil rights in his own state and the lack of advance that they've made.
You know what? You've been in England too long.
No.
Listen, I've been in Tennessee. You're a born killer. Don't act like you don't like the death penalty.
I'm against it. But I've been to laundromats in Texas.
Yeah, I don't say
and the washing machines, they still say colored and white on them. Right? We still drag black men on the back of trucks up till 5 years ago.
What? One guy in
Texas.
What happened 5 years ago?
Let me tell you something.
What happened 5 years ago?
They dragged the black dude to Rob Bird on the back of the truck. By the way, those guys got raped in jail, too. Nobody was to say it. Yeah. The Iowa caucuses were today.
Wait a minute, what?
The two guys.
Why'd you say that? We supposed to be on time for something like that?
Yeah. You're supposed to look at cause and effect.
Wait, the poor guy that dragged the black dude to death got raped in prison.
Right.
And that was your way of protesting the poor white man. You really suck. Why am I on this show today?
No, you're misinterpreting what he's saying.
I'm gonna go home in about 2 minutes. What?
You want to hear the truth?
Sit down.
That's the truth.
So it should be the truth. What does that mean?
To it.
That
You're
means
misinterpreting
that you can't ignore cause and effect. They got raped in prison. They were crazy. They went crazy in prison, getting raped by the black dudes, and they dragged this poor guy into it.
Cause and effect. So you're saying the poor guys, if they didn't do what they did, then they would not got raped. What does that mean?
It means just what you say.
So cause and effect? That means there had to be something before the dragging.
Patrice.
Right.
What was the poor thing that happened with the dragging?
The raping.
The raping happened after the dragging.
No, before. Those guys that got out of jail, they went to jail.
You're assuming they got, so that's just old bubble reference. You don't even know they got raped in jail. Shut up, Colin.
Yes, I do. I'm not going to shut up. It's just not going to count. I have to talk. It'll look bad if I shut up. Why? You don't like a fact? Because you don't want to hear the fact. You don't want to hear the truth.
That those poor white boys got raped. So
five black dudes in jail, and they turned into psycho racist Klansmen because of it.
So you're saying those two are like Miss 45 from the movie where she got raped twice, and then now she's shooting everybody in the park and everything.
You know what? I'm even old enough to know that movie. Yes.
We have Miss 45 or Eileen Warnes, where it's all their fault.
That is what I'm saying.
So this is Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn and Patrice talks a lot.
This is how it always is.
I'm sorry.
When me and Patrice are on, this is what it always deteriorates to. The Iowa caucuses were today. Here's a look at the Iowa Democratic Committee during a caucus practice session. They use characters, this is true, from The Simpsons instead of the real candidates. From C-SPAN. This is what they do.
I'll go over the candidates. Homer Simpson, Marge Simpson, Troy McClure, Mr. Burns, Ned Flanders, Barney Gumble. You can form a group of uncommitted people as well.
I vote for Marge.
Now, who could explain what a caucus is? Does anyone know?
I don't anymore.
It's mountains in
the Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah.
A caucus is where they kind of get together and decide who they want to pick for the primary. It's not a primary. It's a different thing.
No. Yeah. That's right.
Primary, they actually vote for the actual.
They're in Iowa.
Who cares?
Who cares? Iowans decide for us.
There's four of them. Not a Jew in the whole state.
Wait a minute. At least Iowans are still, they have that sincerity with it. I was like, the process. Can you imagine us going to some caucus? No, because nobody would show up. So let's cut the You wouldn't show up either. None of us would.
They're all losers. Look at these four candidates. It looks like a reunion of Supertramp.
North Korea has agreed to freeze its nuclear program in exchange for U.S. aid and their removal from the Access of Evil list. Now, this story never made it further than page 6 of the New York Times. What is your theory on why the media hid this story, Patrice?
Because they already decided they're going to go kill that little Chinese man, so there's no point to even... He's already on the list. So what's the point of... He can't get out, like Sonny from the Bronx jail. It's too late. Now you can't leave. That's the whole thing happened. They tried to give his little ass a chance, and they blew it, man. Now they going in to take care of business.
I think it's just the opposite. I think it's because...
I'm sorry, Jeff, there's a little tension between me and Jeff. You don't know what I'm talking about.
I love you unconditionally.
Wait a minute. What didn't you understand what I was saying?
No, she said, what's she talking about?
What I'm talking about...
First off, you called him the little Korean man. You called him a Chinese man.
It's a movie reference.
And it was hilarious.
Yes, but I'm just saying that...
You can feel it, right?
All right, we'll be right back after this commercial. It's time for another Armageddon. That's where we point out the things going on in the culture that'll help put an expiration date on our society. Today's Armageddon is the rise of stripper-inspired activities for preteens. I didn't say teens, preteens, including stripperwear. Look at this little T-shirt. All right? Look at that, for heaven's sakes. You know, it doesn't look very Armageddon when they have like a hot model there. I don't understand.
No, it's not a 12-year-old.
I know. Right, but let's pretend this is a picture of somebody that shouldn't be doing that. Susie, what do you think?
It is so wrong. You know, in the summer, walking down the street, these little girls have their entire bodies showing, the crack of their behind, the midriff. Teenagers are way too sexually stimulated. Their hormones are going wacky. They do not need more stimulation. I am completely against it.
Yeah, but we do.
But you're an adult. You could go to a strip club. You could buy porn, whatever. It is not necessary to be walking through the streets with nothing on.
Well, because it gets younger and younger. Now it's really young. They got little girls where, you know.
It's sexualizing preteens, which I think is completely wrong.
I blame Britney Spears and all people of her ilk. She's going to have to do porn, I decided, eventually. She's going to have to do porn to keep her career going. She makes out with old ladies, has fake weddings, you know.
You're being awfully quiet on this one. Why?
Well, because she likes it. Look,
exactly.
That speech is, you can only, only a MILF can make that speech. You can't.
A what? What's she using?
A MILF.
What's a MILF?
That's a compliment.
Yeah, big time. She's fine, too. But...
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Look, the older you get as a man...
It's not even a good acronym.
It
is a good
I didn't make it up.
Where's the two?
We didn't make it up.
The older you get as a man, the younger... Not pedophile young, but, you know...
We're talking pedophile young.
Yeah, we're talking that young. If that
no, not her. I'm
it's
talking
not
about
her.
12,
It's this
11, 10, 11, 12.
I see girls that age wear that shirt. That shirt means nothing.
When I hit 36, I definitely felt like I was wrong. In terms of just I would look and
that
go.
Makes it more exciting.
No, it doesn't make it.
No.
It adds that whole other level of like,
guilt.
dear God, not guilt. No. No disillusion.
Erection.
I'd say to myself, man, if I wasn't married, I'd still be standing here pointing at you.
All right, let's talk about these shirts. The West Virginia lawmaker wants to make the sex offender alerts on the license plate. What do you think about this, Rich?
Well, I think that's a lot more work if you're a child. Now, if a car pulls up and offers you candy, you have to go around to the back and check the license plate before you decide whether to get in the car with them. You know?
Why?
Maybe they're just somebody trying to give you candy.
Does anyone have a problem with genuine wanting to give candy?
There's too many foul people out there for you to put. Look, I believe if somebody commits a crime, not everybody who commits a crime is a criminal. Sometimes if I kill you and I don't need to go to jail.
Yeah, but child molestation has huge recidivism, whatever the word is.
She just said something really funny.
Yeah, I know.
You interrupted him.
But child molestation is a different story. People who are child molesters don't just molest one kid.
They're not going to change.
That's the profile. And that profile was over after the sniper was blocked.
I think that all child molesters should have to dress like Abe Lincoln.
That's right.
You could spot them a mile away. Just have them wear the big hat and they have to glue on the beard every day. If it falls off, they go to jail. Gotta keep it glued on.
I'm all for the scarlet lettering of child molesters.
So at the very least, if you're a pedophile, why do you even get to drive? Why don't they take your license away so you have to walk?
That's right.
Why are they even alive?
Why are you out?
They shouldn't even be alive. These conversations should not be happening in a normal civilized society like Saudi Arabia. Then cut your balls off, cut your hands off, and we didn't have this discussion.
They should give them antidepressants, which decrease your libido.
A lot of us are set up too, man. Like Mike is getting ready to be proven. Mike didn't touch that little boy.
Wait. Let me just say one thing. I don't know why you people spun this one that Mike's innocent.
First of all,
I'm sick of it.
Time out. Hey, college. Wait a minute. First of all, black denounced Michael Jackson years ago.
We know that.
So it's not a black thing, it's just a family thing.
But also, the man who denounced black people.
Yes. Only black people have decided to make an innocent.
Black people aren't even...
Just to aggravate us. You try to find a new way.
No, but Colin,
first of all, I think the crocodile hunter was much worse than Michael Jackson feeding his kid to the baby. That's as bad as anything Michael Jackson. At least Michael Jackson got good songs we all love. And the crocodile hunter did nothing. It's coming out that kid, if he's not alive, his mother was, or something's going on with the kid.